Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24. This time it's going to be the New England Patriots, a team that just, will they ever win a Super Bowl? Like, come on, man. They just have no Super Bowl success ever. And we're going to try to get this humble little team to the Super Bowl, maybe win one for once, so their fans can feel what it's like. Of course, looking at the offensive line, definitely a little overrated. Right now, they're not doing their best work, especially in the run game. Ramondre Stevenson and the run game in general is struggling. Wide receivers, it's been a problem. They have struggled to get wide receivers since, Edelman? If you even want to call him, like he's a good receiver, but if you wouldn't even want to call him, a guy they drafted well, obviously started as a DB and developed, from special teamer into wide receiver, if they just have not drafted wide receiver well at all, they just haven't added good wide receiver talent. The proof is really in the juju. I don't know what that means, but the fact that Bill Belichick has always been a no-nonsense type, do your work and get out, no distractions type of guy, but they brought in Juju, tells me the desperation they have. Really, Jacoby Myers, a little surprised that they didn't try to keep him. I don't know what the money situation is there, but I would assume they've got money, because, who are they really paying that's, some elite player here? But they brought in Juju, obviously, and, the fact that super distraction, mostly, kind of the most hated player in the NFL. I feel like people were being a little harsh on him, but was kind of the most hated player in the NFL for a while. And then, he's here, which of all teams, that says something. Devontae Parker has been a very good veteran wide receiver for a while now and looks to be the Patriots' best receiver if we're, going off the eye test. Speaking of eye test, I actually don't remember much about Kendrick Bourne. I don't know. Maybe he's actually killing it. I don't know. My bad. Tight ends are above average. Good duo. One of the better duos in the league. Injury questions, maybe. Mac Jones. This is a tough one because he is a game manager probably at best. Decision-making's all right. Accuracy's all right. But is he ever going to be a guy that can get you to the Super Bowl? I don't know, dude. I feel like he's, I wouldn't say a poor man's Brock Purdy, but not Brock Purdy. And he definitely does not have Brock Purdy's team. So, I don't know. No run game. Iffy receivers. An iffy O-line at this point. I don't know, dude. I just don't know if Mac Jones is going to be the guy because of the surrounding pieces as well. Looking at the defense, interior of the D-line has, definitely not been great. Christian Barmore is still not taking that next step. Dietrich Wise has been a pretty good versatile player for them. Godshaw has always been like a, fill-in player. If you have no one better to go for, he'll do the job, but he's not going to wow you. Linebackers, Judon and Uche are actually a pretty damn good duo, to be fair. Inside linebackers, I don't assume Mapu's starting, but I will say he's played. And the fact that he's played and I can't really rotate players, I'm going to start the guy with the highest upside. This team needs upside, as they really haven't done the best in drafts lately. Bentley's a serviceable starter. Safeties are pretty good. They got a really good group of them. Jabril Peppers has been pretty good so far. Jonathan Jones has been decent enough over the years. And then Christian Gonzalez has actually been maybe their most impressive player on their entire team at this point. And, he was a guy that fell for, I don't even know, was it ever a reason? Cornerback is very hard to draft, and he had all of the check marks, right? So I'm not really sure why he fell so much, but the Patriots are absolutely loving it right now. We're seeing not Woolen levels, but kind of a Woolen situation where it's the fans loved these players and they're like, why are they falling? Now Woolen fell a bit further, but then they turn out so far to be pretty damn good players, and it's you hear that argument, it's I think the guys that get paid the big bucks to do it know a little more than you. It's and then yet they get the clear-cut obvious choices wrong, and they won't take chances on players that they just look so high upside. But either way, it's not like Gonzalez fell to the third or the fourth round or something, but either way, that's kind of the situation. No run game, middle of the pack defense, and an uninspiring pass game with a lack of receivers, and that's going to be our job to try and fix. Don't think we're going to do too much to the O-line, even though in real life, like I said, they haven't been as good as their kind of name precedes them. And then Ramondre Stevenson, I think, might be the long-term starter. We'll see how he plays. And then, like I said, defense. There's some pieces that definitely need to be fixed. There's some age here and there on the roster. But wide receiver is probably the biggest need. And then depending on how bad this team plays, quarterback could be on the list. I think Mac Jones is a guy that is definitely serviceable. I wouldn't go out and try to make some crazy trade-ups unless I knew the guy was great. But I don't think I would take a chance on someone because I need to replace Mac that badly, you know? But let's move on and see how Season 1 goes. We have the first 2 losses forced against this team, and we'll see how it proceeds from week 3 on. But what I will say also about evaluating the Patriots early on, it is kind of tough, especially that offensive line, to judge, because they did play 2 really notoriously good defenses. So it's, it is kind of tough to be like, okay, well, they suck. So, we kind of got to wait it a little bit, because those 2 teams they ran into early on, they are pretty good. Contract time, obviously a lot of money here, which is good. I mean, to be fair, it's another one of those situations like I've talked about multiple times before, but maybe they did try to get Myers, but Myers was like, I can get way more on the open market. These wide receivers getting paid, and then he kind of didn't. Maybe that's why they let him go. I don't know. Duggar is such an old rookie. Wasn't he like a 24-year-old rookie? He wants more than that. I want you to be younger. That's... yeah, sus. Pause. 6-year, $93 million for Uche. I mean, he's got future written all over him, so I kind of have to. Trent Brown, I've seen him do magical things, so I'm going to keep him around. Finding a really good tackle is not easy, so that's what we're going to try to do. I think we got to get rid of these wide receivers. Like, they're old, they're uninspiring, and Mac Jones will get a 5th-year option. That's all I really got to say about all this. And I know the Patriots like to run 2 tight ends, but I also don't want to be in debt, so I don't think I'm going to re-sign them. Maybe Gesicki has a chance, especially if he has a really good year. I might even check how he is playing so far. But realistically here, like, what are we getting? First 2 seasons in Miami. Oh, my Lord, what the hell? How many years did he play? Jesus. But 2020 and 2021, it looks like he might actually exceed that, but... yards per catch aren't the best. 27, I don't know. He might get to superstar, but that's still not going to change anything because he's not going to go up in overall. I think we let the tight ends pass, and we maybe try to re-sign one. And stop it, Kyle. But we try to re-sign one or just replace them in the draft. All right, I don't know how they're going to finish, but the point I was at, this team is not that bad. 3-14 would be some season. And that season does not taste good. That is really bad. Lost to the Bills 24-0. So the only teams we beat were the Jets, which makes sense, the Dolphins, and the Bills. So interdivisional is the only ones that they won. 3 out of 14, that very well could be the number 1 overall pick. That is very bad. It has got to be top 3 minimum. And it is the number 1 overall pick by 2 wins. That is very bad. Didn't change the scheme, but I will say, based on the success or lack thereof, might need to change. Because once again, this team should not have been that bad. Juju might go to superstar. That is the one player on the receiving group that, does have a little bit of youth to him. Looking at the defense, Judon was great. Uche was all right. Wise was pretty good. The rest were non-realistic. Gonzalez and Jones, pretty good. 7 picks combined. Ryland, not bad for a rookie. Behringer, not bad for a rookie. Kick return, punt return game was basically non-existent. What, did we not give up any touchdowns? Just offense was bad? Like, what's going on? Rodgers on this roster still alive, so that's something. Probably should have, killed him. I don't know. Mapu! Marty Mapu! Superstar Dev, we love it. We love it. Just trying to look at everything, cross our T's, dot our whatever the hell. Juju at number 3, so he's a Pro Bowler as well. Could be even a superstar. Who knows? But Judon, very good there. Could go to X Factor, which would be great. Jonathan Jones at number 4. Not bad. I really wonder, 3 interceptions, all right. Where was, Gonzalez at number 4? Not bad. Didn't make the playoffs, but should have a couple of dev-ups, which is definitely a positive considering there wasn't many to be had with a season like that. Pick 1 overall. I assume the Patriots have their own first. Please tell me they do. Jaguars versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Jaguars, that's an interesting team. Eagles have not looked perfect, but still have the talent to do so. And at 9-8, win the Super Bowl. Wow, that is barely making it in. Ah, crap. And then winning it all. And he does have the superstar dev, Mr. Juju Smith-Schuster, 26, 27, never mind. He's still good. He's definitely wide receiver 1 at this point, but we definitely need to try to get someone new. But fair enough. That's at least one name going up in dev. And then looking at the defense, we got some big names. Judon dropped. He's 32, so he is up there. But he goes to X Factor, so I was hoping he wouldn't have really hit as hard or been hit as hard, but he did. Mapu, obviously superstar for Rookie of the Year. 77 overall. I'm going to stop showing it when we win. We know they win Rookie of the Year. You guarantee the dev up every time, so what's the point? Jonathan Jones, obviously on the older side, but 30, superstar. It obviously helps. He's serviceable, but is he corner 1? Probably not. I think even Christian Gonzalez will be number 1. Maybe we even trade off Jonathan Jones, because interceptions don't mean like, oh, you're so great of a player. It's just, you got a couple of picks, it happens. But yeah, corner could be a need for us, but right now it's still wide receiver. Tackle wouldn't hurt. Tight end's up there. Middle linebacker maybe. Edge, but that's for the future. It's just a hard spot to be in because we have good starters that are on the older side right now that we can't really replace, but we're going to need to. Really wish Duggar would got a dev up there, but, that 33 or 36, was it? 30 or 32? 33, I don't know, but could come back to bite us because I don't know if he's going to dev up, but safeties, even at star, should stay around pretty well. One of the longer lasting positions in the league, I suppose. But negotiation, 64 mil. Obviously, you have to, maybe not. 28 mil for a 5th-year option. I think you have to, though. Let's go 5th-year option for Mac Jones. Could be his final year, but we'll see. There's some okay options here that, even some of the backup level talent there, but other than maybe Mike Gesicki, I think you let them all go. If I can do a 1-year, I will. A 1-year 9. Thank you. So we have an option, and we could still replace him because, like I said, this team likes 2 tight ends. And even though we sucked, the numbers weren't the worst. I've seen, much worse than that. So maybe the run game wasn't great, but that might just be a power back / lower overall type of thing. But looking at free agency, a lot of older names. Mike Williams could be serviceable. I don't know if I would want to do more than a 3-year, though. And then Devin White, I don't know if he really fits the team. He's not really a good run stopper. Devin Singletary is okay. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think, is a Patriot through and through. Possession route runner type. I'm going to try to get him. I think this would be a great addition. I've avoided him a lot, but right now this is a good fit. I like this. Strong hands, decent route runner, good release. I like that for us. I want him. I think that would be a good wide receiver duo. I think that would be very solid. Running backs, once again, everyone's a little too old to be going for, maybe a backup level, one of these guys as a backup, but as a pure starter, probably not. Dylan, I feel like, is a Patriot too, but we already kind of have the pure power back, so I don't know if I really want Dylan struggling in real life, of course. Hines is a good... Oh, that's a Patriot as well. Hines is a Patriot as well. Anyone else? Defense, you have a couple of names. Like corner wouldn't hurt. Jeff Okuda. Jeff Okuda would be good. Christian Fulton. Safety we need, but not just yet, which is why, like I said, it kind of sucks. Kind of future-proofing, but we can't really do that yet because we don't need to replace him yet. I think we try to go for Okuda. I know I have already once before, but I haven't done it that much. This team needs corner going forward. Jonathan Jones in the slot would be filthy. 4-year deal is a lot of years, but a 4-year 24 is kind of good value for us. I'm gonna keep it like that. I think that's good. Let's go for these 3. Hopefully we get Peoples-Jones. That's the main guy I need. We get both of the main names, which I love, on 4-year deals, and then Hines will accept in a second here, and there he goes. So we actually got a couple of good players here. I like that, especially for the offense, the passing offense. And what else I would like is if you left a like and maybe subscribed. If you're not new, I really appreciate continued support on the channel, but we do a ton of franchise stuff here, and I feel like you'd like it if that's your thing. You know, we have a Texans franchise series, we have a Bears franchise series, we have rebuilds, obviously, we have a couple of experiments here and there, like, you know, we brought Michael Vick back to the game, we had Calvin Johnson, we did an experiment that didn't really do too well, but scoring a touchdown with every team's best running back all time, which I put a lot of effort into, and it was kind of fun, you know, going back and using all those guys, so maybe check it out, and that's pretty much that. Let's get into this this draft. Now, it was bound to happen sooner or later. I don't know for a fact, but I think we may have finally found a generational quarterback when we need one while having the draft pick to take them. Elite throw power, a bit of speed, and a bunch of A's. Only thing I haven't seen that's A for throwing is break sack. Throwing the run actually isn't, which maybe that isn't generational. I don't know if generational needs to be literally perfect at everything. But I think we may have a generational, and obviously I am taking him 1 overall. Hidden development trait, a great start. 95 throw power, 83 speed, 86 excel. Please be a generational, dude. Please. Anyways, going to be going to pick 1 in the second round. I have a bunch of 2 to 3s, a few 3 to 4s. So we're going to see who is available right here and see who is really worth taking at this spot, because this may be a trade down. Really? How is that? I scouted him more because he had a bunch of A to C's. Most of them seem to be C's. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Top 5 talent? Like, is that actually to be believed every time, or can that lie? I don't know, but tight end Shaquille Lovelock is also another name I would like to see. 6'6", 21 years old. Pretty good speed, 4.69, but with the great speed, great excel, that's got to be 85, 86, I'd imagine. There's a bunch of 3 to 4 linemen, like we said. DT is there. I scouted Belton more. I would love to get, like, pick 18 and 19 for this. Maybe if we had to trade a 4th, that'd be fine. Whatever. But we'd have a chance to land 2 really solid players rather than 1 if we did that. Might have to trade something to get like 18 and 19. I don't know if there's any team that has 18 and 19, but that would be great if they did. Don't know how many teams have multiple seconds, but it'd be great if they had the multiple seconds and in that range, which sure is asking for a lot. The Cardinals are definitely a team I need to revisit, because that is a team with some picks that make a lot of sense for where we're at. I'm not really seeing this, though, which is worrisome. The Packers, kind of? Is that like a straight up? Can we do this? Okay, so we're moving back like 20-ish spots. Would maybe have to trade up. 5th this, 5th next could do it. Nah, it's not going to do it. This seems like a loss for me, though. It is not a loss for us, and it's for a good reason. They're not even taking it at this point. Could give up that 6th. I'm going to try to 6 next just to see where we're at. Damn, we're going to probably have to give up like another 6th. It is in favor of us for about a 4th round at this point, so it makes sense. I don't want to give up too much here, though, but I want the extra picks, but in the process, we're kind of losing extra picks. Is there like a player that can finish this trade off, maybe? I hate giving up so much quantity to finish off a trade, but it is what it is. We still gained on this. We ended up getting a mid-second, which is a little bit higher than where Green Bay was, and then a pretty high 3rd, which Arizona at that spot is going to go with a defensive tackle, Tremaine Meander. Don't know who's here at 15. Kind of feel like if there was any position we're going to give up on, it might be the tight end. Even though I do like this tight end, I think he might be good. Tight end is far from the biggest need right now, and I just don't know if it's going to happen. DTs, we're pretty much down to David Jordan, which we would definitely use a DT. There's a 6'4 corner, but corner's just not that big of a need, and I could just go Thomas. You know what? I think we can afford a trade up. So I am going to go Lovelock, and then I think I'm going to trade up for Jordan. Shaquille Lovelock, who is hidden, and I think might be the starting tight end, just based on upside. And then we're going to trade for the back-to-back here to try to get that DT, I think. We're going to trade in Jack Jones off to the Texans for a high 4th round pick. Try to use that maybe to get a trade up here with the Titans. Jack Jones is a decent player and all that, but we don't really need him right now in a rebuild sense. We have our 3 corners, so that's all that really matters. So I'm going to try to get a trade here using that 4th round pick to end up taking his defensive tackle, which is absolutely a need. And it's pretty close, so maybe a 6th round would finish it. No 5th or 6th after this trade, though. Still not going to take it. Maybe have to finish it off with one of these like kind of filler type trades, which I hate doing, but you kind of have to. And we do. So there you go. Got the trade up. Probably going to be taking the DT. And then maybe in the 3rd round, a lineman, because we are missing a right tackle right now, which is not good. And let's see where the DT is. Mr. David Jordan, I think, is the best choice. You know, a couple of A's in there. 21. A little on the weaker side, but athletic. So here he goes. And he's hitting. 86 strength is really bad for 33 reps even. Thought it would have been a little bit better than that. But either way, it's a good choice. It's a good player. And we landed some talents. The quarterback's amazing looking. Tight end looks good enough. And the DT looks all right. So... so far, so good. Linebacker would definitely be nice. We have a couple here. Could be a trade-up. I love Pat Cruz. We've got, what, 3 linebacker options? O-line is a freaking need, but we need a guy that can play tackle. And more importantly, there's a lot of them, so I might actually trade back like 10 spots, because unless it's like lineman, we should be able to get like a 5th out of this, maybe a 6th, and still end up getting a good lineman. It's basically a trade-up, if you will, almost, for us going into the 5th round with 2 7s with the 3rd trade down. Slight, movement here. Not crazy. About 7 picks, like we said, and a couple linemen going, but none of the ones I really wanted, I don't think. So, yeah, no matter what here, we're going to land some sort of lineman. And I'm really mainly hoping that the linebackers are there, if anyone, because I don't know if we're going to be able to make another trade-up, so... if they're really far, maybe we got a chance with that 4th rounder, but as far as we have to really move up, which is why I might try down even again here, the Patriots kind of known for trading down and picking up, like, later gems, so it's not, like, unrealistic. I actually might just take Connor here, because none of the other guys really fit for tackle. Like, what, I would say Connor fits as a tackle, maybe Downs, I don't know, but Connor maybe fits, could be a little bit heavier, would definitely help, and he looks the best. I'm going to go with Franklin Connor. I'm going to take him a little bit earlier. The weakness, though, but either way, Franklin Connor, normal dev, of course. Glad I took him. Well, he's thrust to the, I don't even really need a linebacker. I might even trade up for another lineman just to see if I can get a hit in. Who even would be fit at the right tackle spot, though? It would be like Max Stevens going from center to tackle. All right, I guess we're kind of cooked. I'm just going to go to the 4th round. Don't want to really trade up for any of the positions that we don't technically need just yet. We don't really need a linebacker. Don't really need a corner. But if one of them's there, I mean, I'll take him because it's best available. But, yeah, not really a necessary need. Jelani Brown's there. I don't think he's that great, but I will say Lionel Thomas or Lionel, definitely worth it. Very good key ratings. Pretty decent speed, although speed says solid. And he's in development trade, 90 speed, 95 XL. We can maybe even trade off freaking Marcus Jones at this rate. We'll see what we want to do. But 5th round now, I'm not really sure what I want at this point, if there's even going to be anyone here. Maybe one of those wide receivers. And then we have nothing left. Kind of dipped into the future a little bit, but nothing crazy. And the wide receiver's still here. Is he worth it, though? He's pretty fast, but we're going to need a safety soon. And Dockery looks like a better value, dude. An A press, a B zone, whereas all Spriggs has is speed. Does have good deep route. I'll go with a wide receiver, screw it. 95 speed, 96 XL, you can't go wrong with that. Anyways, the moment of truth. Did we land a generational player? Draft recap, let's get up in here, stop messing around, and see if we landed ourselves a goon. Oh, it looks good. 81 overall. In fairness, he could easily just be like, a really good player with star or something. 91 short accuracy, 88 medium, 81 deep. He is ridiculous. Ideal sense of pressure. What else he got? Ideal decision maker, predictable player, unbalanced penalty tendency. I don't know if that's like grounding. Balanced QB style. This guy's gotta be. He's gotta be. I'll put him at number 12. He's generational. Ooh! He's the man. Okay, let's... I don't know what number to put him at. What's a good number for a quarterback that's a goon? 12 obviously is not the number. Number 3? Number 4? Let's go number 3. Then we got the tight end, who's a 72 overall. number 2. That's not really the number I want. That looks like number 2. Let's change that number. Take a look at the dev. I think he's going to be the starter, even though he's now 72 overall. I just think that he's got too much upside, and his dev is star. Wish he was superstar, but that's fine. DT Jordan, I don't know exactly which position needs a starter. It might be multiple, but probably shouldn't be the pure DT. We need a little bit of heft there. Jordan is star dev. I don't know. Like right end, left end? I don't know who we've got. Like Barmore would be in the nose tackle spot probably. And then who else do we got? We got the guard who was not really that good. There's probably like every single one of the other guys is probably so much better. Yet I took this guy. He's got to start a tackle though. I have no options otherwise. I just went for the tallest guy, and he definitely was not the tallest for development. As far as Thomas goes, 75 overall. I do want to see that cornerback if I can. Oh wait, usually it's like one style or the other. This guy's actually an insane corner. He's actually like a starting boundary guy. And yet he's like late. Dev, star dev, kind of expected, you know, nothing more. Speed don't really care too much about for the wide receiver. He's kind of a lower overall. Let's see how much we sold. When did we even take the wide receiver? 10? 10? I don't remember the corner's name. I know it actually. Dockery, 70 overall. Of course, hidden development trade. Really good zone. Oh, we made a sell. What's that dev though? Star dev. Damn, that would have been a starting safety for us in the future. Not today, though. And then lineman. I mean, there's like a billion. I think if I wasn't going to take him, I was going to take Downs, who, of course, was hidden development traits. And here we are for Season 2. We had a pretty good draft. We obviously landed the GOAT of all GOAT quarterbacks and pick number 1 overall. And then we got a pretty decent tight end. I don't remember if we looked at his dev. I'm recording this for the second time now, or I'm back recording after the first time. Jordan's a decent little player. Thomas was actually really surprising. So we're definitely going to look to trade Marcus Jones off to a team that needs a slot corner. And Jonathan Jones, I mean, I would like to trade him, but I don't know if his market's that big. Why not just have a really good number 3 corner anyways? But yeah, I mean, a tackle going forward wouldn't hurt. Running back, we'll see. I think Stevenson should be the guy, but Madden may say otherwise, sadly. And then defensively, we definitely need to look at edge and potentially safety, but we're actually in a pretty good spot right now. Keon White gets the start because I actually looked at his ratings, and he's very comparable to Dietrich Wise, and he's obviously younger, so give him a chance. Decently high draft pick, obviously, for the Patriots. Let's see if we can get Marcus Jones traded off for something. I don't know. He's still really young, so why the hell not? And Marcus Jones over to the Broncos, who are projected pick 90, is accepted. Their number 1 corner is obviously Surtain, but their next is a 73 overall normal 25-year-old. And now Mac Jones has offers. They're just trading all the Joneses off. There's some pretty good offers in here, though. Looking at Byron Murphy out the gate. Deontay's still a superstar in Madden. Deron Payne would be so sick. They need a quarterback, and Mac Jones is a viable one. Do you really just let Mac Jones go for nothing? I was going to, because I was like, we got him on the 5th-year option, but we've got our quarterback, dude. I might trade him off to the Washington Commanders. I mean, both teams would be taking a little bit of a hit here, but they're the ones offering it, not me, and the Washington Commanders have had a great D-line for years, but you know what they haven't had? A great quarterback. And if that's what they're missing to go all the way, I mean, who am I to deny greatness? You know? Who am I to deny greatness? Mac Jones traded off to the Commanders for a bit of a haul. This is through 8 games, and we lost against a 0-6 team. I will be changing the scheme to something I do not know. It seems like 2 wide receivers and a 1 tight end. We have, pretty good players at, so try to find something like that. The Chiefs is a little bit too predictable there. I'm trying to think of what other teams, but, like, this guy's a generational, and he's looking like a backup. The Jaguars, maybe? Look at Evan Ingram. They got 2 good wide... Yeah, Jaguars! They got 2 good wide receivers, and they have a good tight end. All right, 88 mil. I actually really like Jabril Peppers, dude. I don't know. A 2-year 19 should go, and it does. That's A-okay to me. Ramondre Stevenson was actually having a pretty good season so far. He is 26 already, though, so if we're going to give him this contract, this is like the last deal that he gets. I'm going to pretty much do a 2-year 2-year 13, which isn't great. Man, maybe 2-year 14 will do it. Christian Barmore, that's a lot of money for a guy that's playing kind of like, I'll pay him, though. 4-year 54, just because he's young enough still. Jonathan Jones probably going to be gone. Gesicki, if he's down to do another 1-year deal, I mean, I'm down as well. 1-year 8, you need to commit more time, and I'll commit to this team. That's fair, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to agree to that. And then as far as Judon goes, I'd probably go up to a 1-year 25, because he is pretty old at this point for Madden. You need to do more to convince. Yeah, I mean, I get that. It's not wrong, but you need to get younger. I don't know what else to tell you. If we win, we should be in the playoffs, and we do win. A 10-7 season, not as good as the Bills, but the Dolphins at 9-8 might have lost a spot because of us, which is almost just as good as actually making it yourself. 2 trench boosts in the same season. Both of them combined was only 3,500 XP, though. First, you know what? I never click these. The first of many. Talk about your first playoff game. Yeah, Bill Belichick is. I don't know if he's ever been to the playoffs, to be honest. So this is big for him. This is big for him and the team. Let's go into the stats and awards. See if we did well. We changed to the Jaguars halfway through, and oh my God, Ramondre Stevenson's loving life. But Merritt, the rookie, not so much. Receiving, it was a down season for literally the entire pass game, so what would you expect more than this? Donovan Peoples-Jones was not a great addition for the first season. Tackles were terrible, and I did get a peek at it because I decided to try and go hard to get Judon because of it. He still wants to go to free agency. We might have to tag him, but look at the season. 14 sacks, Uche with 6.5, Payne with 6, who's supposed to be the nose tackle run stopper type, and then the 2 other interior guys combining for 7, which is okay. Jonathan Jones, 4 interceptions, pretty low interception totals. Ryland was terrible, though. Behringer's still really good. And kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns. Offensive numbers, 25th, which is kind of like the problem for the Patriots right now. Defensive, number 4. So we have an elite defense, it seems, but our offense is far from it. It's the reason why we're in the playoffs right now, is that defense. Top 10 defense, technically top 5, maybe better when you add it all together. Maybe still Rookie of the Year, perhaps? No, number 3 and number 4. And then defensively, rookies, number 4. Best QB, surprisingly even on the list at number 9. Running back all the way at 10. That felt like a good season, but I guess not. Wide receiver, definitely not on the list. O-line, Onwenu is a superstar. D-line, not on the list. Or maybe it was. Judon, best linebacker. Best DB, not on the list. And then, they might be on the list. I keep saying not on the list, but not number 1, basically, is all that matters. But let's take a look at if we have a chance to beat the Titans, the team that Brady faced last as a Patriots. So the revenge for him would be kind of like, maybe forgotten, but it would be kind of nice, I suppose. We wouldn't hate it. We wouldn't mind. As Denver was actually a pretty good team, so I don't feel as bad now for that trade that we made with the cornerback, but didn't get to see the Commanders trade, but that was, for a quarterback at least. But yeah, the Denver Broncos were in the playoffs, so that draft pick isn't that great. So it feels a little more fair of a value, in like a Madden franchise league. You would probably go for that or more even. Patriots doing well here. Looks like we're moving on to the divisional round, which is nice to see. Like we said, we get that little bit of revenge, and more importantly, we are moving on to the next round, as Will Levis was not great. Merritt was very good. Very good. Ramondre Stevenson did his job. Looking at Devontae Parker, killing it. The vet. Looking at the sack totals, not really much going on there. Interceptions for Okudah and Jonathan Jones. Ryland has been so bad. We need a new kicker. Oh my God, I might even get a new kicker now. This is some Maher business. Like, what's the Maher? Also, my base QB sliders, maybe a little high for my mans here. He's cooking up. He is an X factor, so it makes sense. Like, if you're a generational player, you should be one of the best players in the league by the end of your rookie year. That's kind of how that works when you're generational, but still, I'm just not used to it, all right? That's, it's just not something I'm used to. Kicker there's really not anyone better than him right now. Ooh, Blake is there. Don't know why he was let go from the Saints, but we will take him. I don't know if he's going to be better than Ryland, but if he's very comparable, I've got to start him, because I don't know what it is, but Ryland is garbage. He's going to lose us one of these games, and I just cannot have a kicker losing us games. That is not something I could live with. Ryland is definitely better than him, but you know what? He's missing kicks. I don't know what else I can tell you. I really don't know. So we're gonna bench him. We're gonna see what happens. 7 staff points for the first of many. Now I can see why I skipped those. That is not worth our time at all. And let's do our upgrades and then head to the divisional round, which could see a ultra titan of a matchup. We'll see Marty Mapu. Let's go with the field general, 3 to play rec, an ability slot. Really good zone. His block shed's kind of crap because he's, forced on one archetype. Slot for Lionel Thomas. Let's see what he gets on this. Why I always go at slot because it's just so good. But man-to-man is what he's going to be on, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I mean, he's good enough to be a number 2 corner next season. I don't know. Okuda's locked in for a few years, but I don't mind our corner group. We do not need a corner for the rest of this rebuild, which is awesome. But, it's not awesome playing the Chiefs, even though we have a comparable record, or overall. We have the same overall as them. Can the offense wake up, though? I mean, it was all right last game, but that's not good enough for the Chiefs, so I need improvement. Cleveland's moving on. I mean, I've seen harder teams in the championship round, I'll be honest with you. So if we win this game, we actually have a chance at the Super Bowl. They get 3 out the gate, which we can live with. We get 3 back, fair enough. They get 3. We get 3. Field goal battles. I mean, and then he missed an extra point. Maybe it was blocked. I don't know. But so far, so good of a decision. And the Chiefs are kind of getting punched in the mouth here. And they're still in it. And oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. We stopped the 2-point. And we're going to head to the championship round beating the Chiefs. No way, dude. I mean, I get we have a generational. He's like the next Mahomes. He's actually built very similarly, ironically enough. A little bit taller, but, strength, a little bit of speed, accuracy's all already there. Juju did pretty well there. Looking at the sack totals, interior doing the job. I'm not seeing much from the edge, and it doesn't seem like we actually missed an extra point. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah, we had 6 points. We didn't miss any extra points. I mean, if there is a Coach of the Year award that we can, re-vote on, I think there's a clear-cut choice. We picked up a kicker from free agency. He was perfect. Could not miss a single kick, or else we would have lost. Kick being field goal, obviously extra point. We could have, we would have been fine. But we do that thing, and what happens? What happens? We win the game because we were perfect. If we had a game like Ryland had, it would have been a GG. So the Browns, they obviously had to get through. They beat the Jaguars, so they beat the scheme we're using. Just to be clear, so we know we're on the same page. They're basically facing us again, the Jaguars, twice in a way. But yeah, let's go in here. Obviously, still the Patriots defense, but here it is. Nick Chubb shouldn't be in. Do I do I do a thing? I mean, I feel like I should do a thing, but I'm not going to because they kind of got here because of him, so it would have been a completely different team without him, guaranteed. So it'd be kind of bullcrap for us to pull him now. Something crazy is brewing in the NFC. The Giants are still in it. If we win this game and they win their game, this could be a true rematch. Screw that Titans, Patriots, Tom Brady crap. Who cares? The Patriots versus the Giants. It could happen. And with that score, it's looking likely. The Browns are struggling. 4th and 18. The ball's knocked away by Jonathan Jones, who we said we're not trading. We're keeping the elite squad. And we win 24-6 over the Browns. Could it be? Could it really be? Merritt not bad in the playoffs. That was kind of his worst game, which, I mean, is saying something. Not really. It's actually a pretty bad game. Judon finally woke up. Uche finally woke up. The Edge woke up. And we got another missed field goal. But hey, at least it wasn't 2 missed field goals. Let's see it. It's got to be the Giants. It has to be. No! The Giants sold. It was the Niners. There's no way, dude. Oh, that hurts. I don't even know if Stevenson's going to be a dev up, by the way. Wow, that's really sucky. Lovelock, was he superstar? No way. What the hell? It was an okay season, but that was good enough for superstar, really? That did not feel like a superstar season, but we'll take it. Onwenu, obviously, with O-Line of the Year award is a lock. And then defensively, don't see a dev up here. Unless I'm just slow as hell. But I don't think there's a dev up here. Sadly, Judon was already an X Factor, so you couldn't really go up anymore. But, hey, it's still a really good team. And we have a chance to win a Super Bowl here in year 2. Generational quarterbacks. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Am I right? Here is the scheme, just so you guys can see. Jacksonville. I don't know if it's a good scheme. It really didn't seem like... it was a pretty bad start, so we'll see next season, because obviously, win or lose, we'll do another 2 seasons minimum, because obviously we're going to try to go for that dynasty, but the Niners are looking formidable. We somehow have gone from an 87 to an 85, by the way, which does not bode well. All right, it's either 2 more seasons to try and get that dynasty, or, ooh, not a bad start, or 3 more seasons to try to win 1, and it's looking good. Stop them to a field goal as well, 21-6, 24-6. We love it. 1 more and it's over. I don't know. And we're going to win. Wow. We took the Niners defense and said, we're going to smoke thee. I don't even care. We just crushed them. Rookie quarterback season. Rookie generational quarterback Super Bowl season. He is him. If Judon doesn't want to stick around, I'm going to punch him in the damn nose. All right? Don't tell him in real life, because I will not do that in real life. But Merritt, maybe the number 3 represents how many Super Bowls he's going to win in a row, as we have won the Super Bowl in year 2, but year 1 with the Patriots. Quarterback, Mr. Merritt. That guy is something else. Not a great regular season, mainly because the scheme changed the Jaguars, and he had a pretty good playoff run. I don't know how good the Super Bowl was, but hoisting that Lombardi... kind of looking like, slightly chunkier Andrew Luck out here. And we got ourselves a Super Bowl win. Let's take a look at those numbers. This got to be the quickest we've won a Super Bowl in a rebuild for Madden 24, right? Merritt, really good performance. I mean, that's probably like a top 20 performance all time, I would imagine. It's a really clean performance. It's a good one. Maybe not top 20. It's good, though. It's good, all right? Kicker, he missed again, but it was a block. I just think this team sucks with kickers. I don't know. They just have no history of good kickers, ever. But yeah, we need a new kicker or something. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but the inaccuracies. Ryland missing 5 out of 14 in the regular season, then missed 2 in the playoffs. I mean, he's like basically 50% on the season if you add it all up. Maybe like 60%. I don't know. But yeah, that's a little crazy. 31-6, though. That is a hell of a game. That is a hell of a win. Let's do 2 more seasons and see if we can become a dynasty. Again, I suppose. The Patriots, they're no stranger to that D word. All right, Jonathan Jones. He was a pretty big part of it, but, like, what's the tag? I can't. I love Judon, but, man, he dropped, like, 5 overalls. I don't even know how harsh it was going to be. Want a speed, 5 to power move. That is a lot. He is still feasible, but I don't think for... How much was it? Was it 26? You know what? I actually am going to pay it. At first, I was like, no, but I actually ended up kind of offering him like 22 per anyways. And 1 more year, I think, is fine. 5th-year option for Cole Strange. I don't even know if I'm going to keep Cole Strange at this rate. He started off so, as an old rookie, if you will, for Madden. 79 overall is pretty low. I think I'm going to let him go. Andrews, I think we can do better too. We're kind of letting the team fall apart here, though, which is my worry. But at the same time, we do need to get younger, as those guys' ceilings aren't great. Might even be able to replace some of them right away, 1-to-1 for a better player. That may even be cheaper, perhaps. But 53 mil, worst case scenario, maybe bid war for one of them, pay a little bit more. Javonte Williams. I actually like Ramondre Stevenson. Wow, Greg Newsome. That is not a guy you see often in free agency these days in Madden, but we just don't need that position. Punter, safety, joke. We don't really need a linebacker right now unless we're going to replace Bentley, which we could. But I don't even know how much you would ask for, so let's see, I guess. Be nice to have another really good linebacker to work with Mapu. I mean, we can get that. It's a little over 13 per, which for a superstar of his caliber, it's actually not bad. Jedrick Wills. I'm going to have to reevaluate what we've got going on, because I know who we got, but I don't know at the same time. Cosme, that is a player I would like to have. He's a huge player for guard, but I would like to have him, maybe even as like a right tackle. Let's see what the sitch is looking like. So we definitely look like we're going to guarantee him. As far as the linebacker, I don't know, but Bentley is definitely on the older side right now, so we'd be like kind of resetting that position real quick. And then who else? We lost the center, which, I mean, we're getting a new guard, so maybe move the right tackle to center. I mean, we got options if we get the guard. And that might actually be it. I might not actually look at the roster. I will because we have the draft as well, but that might be all we need. Let's see who we get. Oh, no. We get Cosme, which is kind of the bigger of the two, technically, and we do not get him. Now, I will say it's not the worst thing in the world because we did, but Bentley's still actually pretty good. He's like an 86 overall. He's 28, I think. So we're actually kind of all right there. I might just look at linebacker if there's a need or there's a plethora of them in free agent in the draft. So we'll see if that is something we want to do. But overall, with the guard joining us, moving him to right tackle again, I think we're fine. I think we're good. So at this point, the draft is almost like future-proofing again, whereas, we don't really need to start one of the rookies. We're not that desperate anymore. I was looking at free agency. I was like, where's the free agents? But yeah, looking real quick what the team needs, we'll still look at linemen, because like we said, we don't know if we're going to keep Strange. Probably need a new left tackle. Center wouldn't hurt. But as of right now, we don't absolutely need one, right? We're fine this season, at least. And then as far as running back, maybe because Stevenson's getting up there. We only paid him around a 2-year after all. And then looking at defense, safety for future, linebacker, like I said, for future, edge, linebacker for future. But like we said, this season, we're safe. We don't have to do anything if we don't really want to. So it's trying to future-proof. If we can land 2 good players at positions of need for the future, I consider it a win. All right, so the only thing that sucks now is we go from pick 1 to pick 32. I have a bunch of different players. Just going to take who I think is the best available, assuming we have someone up here, which I thought we did. There's a couple of, DB safety types. I probably should have scouted Preston more because he has an A to C zone, which he could play safety because of that. George Jones is an A-man coverage, A-press, 6'4 corner. It was a day 3, but it's the reason why he's a day 3. He's not the fastest. He has poor speed, solid excel. It's interesting, though, to say the least. Maybe he is built to play safety, speaking of. I don't know, because that man coverage is way better than that zone, it seems. But at this point, do I take the edge rusher? I didn't think David Dalton would actually be there still. We need edge for the future. He's okay athleticism. I think I'm going to take David Dalton. And he's hidden, which is nice. 81 speed is definitely lackluster. But he will play the, I suppose, edge role when Judon's gone, I would imagine. And honestly, I just don't know who's even close to guaranteed. I'm just going to go to 32 and see who's there at this point. I want one of the linemen. Outside of that, I don't know if there's anyone I actually really want. So we're just going to go to this spot. Safety is still there. Corner that could play safety is still there. All the linebackers are still there. A couple of DT options. So we actually still have quite a bit here, which is good. I might trade up for Winter. I think Winter is a really solid-looking lineman. Probably the best remaining. Maybe Gillisley as well, too, to be fair, is pretty good-looking. But do I take the safety? Don't know a lot about him other than the fact that he has a C-zone coverage and he's decent athleticism. Preston seems like a safer bet. I believe he's a bit faster. A to C zone, which means he's at least C, but I would guess probably at least a B since his man is bad. I'm going to go Zaire Preston, who is hidden. 93 speed, new free safety. Who dis? Not right now, obviously, but soon-ish, maybe. Might have actually been a little I don't know what I was going to say. So we have no 4th, 5th, or 6th next year, but we end up getting a trade up from 86 down up to number 5 here, which is a big jump, which we're going to be taking a lineman with, I believe, Mr. wherever the hell he is. Oh, wait, I know he's there. Mr. Dakota Winter, I think, is a good choice. 21 years old, 6'5", 38 reps, looking like a tackle. Dakota Winter is the choice. Hidden dev, and he is strong. That is a future tackle. Maybe the future left tackle. We'll see. And then we're going to go down until one of the linebackers is the last remaining, I think, and probably make a trade up there and kind of finish the draft. We're seeing a couple of the linebackers we want to go. Harriet, was he the clear cut? There was one that was like so obviously the best, but once again, we're kind of holding off a little bit, waiting just to try and make the trade up as least painful as possible. Right now, I would say Watkins and Anthony. I don't think like Richardson's fast and he's got good block shed, pursuit, whatever, but I don't know if I would go for him. We also have Givens. So we have 4 linebackers right now. I actually would take Richardson. His zone coverage sucks, but his other ratings are really good. It's not going to be great either side. You're going to get something bad on one of the, styles for the linebackers. So we're going to keep going. Maybe we even get to 32, luckily, without them being gone. I mean, that's a lot of players. 4 players. The tight end Tyrone Smith I had on my list because, well, he's a tight end. We use 2 tight ends sometimes. Ian Anthony, I don't actually know who I want more. Givens obviously has the zone coverage. How old is Richardson? If he's younger, I'd want him because we're not going to start this guy right away. Poor acceleration. You know what? They're both kind of similar. Different styles, but similar in rating, I would guess. So I'm just going to go until one of them's literally gone. Maybe save a couple more spots anyways. And so far that has been the case. Still the case. We love to see this. As that trade up, now we may lose a pure talent, but that trade up is going to cost so much less than it was going to a second ago. So we will definitely appreciate that. And if Givens is still hidden, that would be amazing. But if he's not, then obviously maybe we did sell. I don't know. A future 5th? That's like a lot for 6 spots, but I know that it's not going to go any further because, yeah, several years down the line just isn't going to happen. So we are going to trade that, which is a little high considering it's only a few spots, but we definitely wouldn't have gotten that if we didn't wait this long. Very curious to go for Gillisley, though, as well. We have a couple of linemen left, but we only have 1 linebacker. This is a risk. I'm going to take Mike Givens. A-zone coverage. He's in. Okay, we made a good choice. We made a good choice. And I know we've been trading up a little bit lately, but I think if Gillisley is there, which he is, I might have to trade up. This is a bit of a trade, but we have our 5th round this year still. I don't mind losing depth when we're a playoff Super Bowl team. We don't really need depth that much. We just need pure talent. And if we can get that, I'm going to take it. I'm a little surprised that didn't go on its own, but apparently not. City Sow. Oh, my lord, they're broke. Damn, this trade has to be pure draft, which honestly at this point, I mean, we have like nothing going for ourselves. We have extra thirds in the future. Can we just do this instead? There we go. So we keep that 5th round pick, maybe add someone, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we're kind of dipping a little bit in the future, but that's okay. We still have the main high draft picks, which matter the most. Alex Gillisley is going to be my choice here. Looks pretty decent. 34 reps is all right. And hidden dev. As long as they're hidden, it really doesn't feel like a bad decision. Like ever, that 5th round pick is pretty late. I can kind of see why they didn't want it. But we're going to go to 32. See if there's anyone there. Maybe the wide receiver perhaps. And finish the draft there. Maybe trade down for a fullback if not. And the wide receiver is there. Mr. Roman Wilkinson. It's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's fast enough. And we're going to take him. Normal dev, 93 speed. 96 excel, though. And just more depth at the wide receiver position. We kind of did exactly what we needed to do. We got our edge rusher in the 1st round. We got a safety for the future. We got 2 linemen. We got a linebacker for the future. I mean, we did really well. I'm trying to think of what position, maybe wide receiver we could have done a little bit better on. But a wide receiver is really hard to get if it's not free agency or a very, the first 2 rounds type of pick. Looking at the overalls, Preston is very high. The guards are solid. The edge is definitely not great, and he's going to be down in overall even more when we actually put him at edge, but I think that was the right call. 32 to land a star plus lineman is definitely good. Is it left out we need more? Star, speaking of. Wish it would have been a little bit higher, but that's all right. Zaire Preston, he's basically guaranteed to be the free safety, especially with that zone, so it must have been an A there. Which we love to see. That's the future free safety. Peppers probably goes to strong, although I think Duggar and him are both kind of on similar length contracts. Winter would be a tackle. I guess we're going to move all these players anyway, so I'll show you guys all of them. Winter, semi-balanced, right? Like he's got a little bit, well, maybe not balanced, more finesse type. not like one style of like pass or run, but one style of just finesse, which, once again, that's kind of what you want for your tackles. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at the dev. Star, fair enough, but he'll be the future left tackle. And then Gillisley, he was kind of on the bigger side, right? Kind of. Maybe the future right tackle. Good pass blocker, which I guess for the tackle spot is more important. And then what is his dev? Star dev. So Cosme maybe plays left guard next season. I don't know what his contract's like. Maybe he's gone. Oh, yeah, it was a 1 year. I was thinking we traded for Cosme because we made a play with the Commanders, but then we actually signed him. So we actually still kind of control that if we want to keep him. But at that point, I probably rather would just keep Strange. And then Givens, also star development trait, but maybe a future player. At some point, I mean, he's a good player, and that's really all that matters. Even if you don't use them, if it was a good selection, it's never a bad selection. Could always trade him and, flip him for something. Oh, my Lord, 81 overall wide receiver. And we're number 86, which is not great, but that release is ridiculous. Spec is ridiculous. With that overall, you might actually be generational. Got a couple of generational stats in there. 85, I think it would be great on him. 84 is cool too, though. Only star, but still really good. Now, I get that running backs aren't being paid, right? And, it's just not happening. But this is getting ridiculous. Are you serious? An 89 overall running back just sitting there. I'm not going to sign him because that is just broken. But, like, really? Nobody wants Javonte Williams. There's no way, dude. Here is the team for year 3, the Super Bowl hangover, potentially. Surprised we actually won with the receivers we won with. That defense was just elite, I suppose. We improved the O-line prospects, if you will. Not right now, technically. It's about the same, but the future of the O-line is at least in decent hands. And then defensively, it really didn't change much. Like I said, I mean, we didn't really need to. We just won the Super Bowl with the guys we got. Had a little bit of regression from, Judon, but overall, our real hope would be Duggar gets a dev up, and just anyone really gets a dev up, like Deron Payne or Barmore. The Barmore contract is definitely feeling like maybe not a great decision, but he is a very good run stopper, so it is what it is. His overall just isn't great, but yeah, I mean, we're really just a one-man show almost. Like, Merritt is just, like, the only guy on this team that's, like, truly elite. And everyone else is kind of, like, barely trudging along. 121. Man, Juju Smith-Schuster has been kind of, like, a big piece of this. Cole Strange not asking for a lot of money. So, why not? Why not? Maybe even overpaid him there. Judon's got to be gone at this point. Bentley's 29, so my age thing wasn't right. I think even at normal dev, he's probably worth a 1 year, so he took the deal, which, I mean, I'm cool with. Sam Cosme is actually not that expensive either, but he might end up asking for a lot. A 2-year 20 for a tackle is not bad. He wants more than that, so he's probably going to be gone. Trent Brown might be gone this time. We got money, but, like, at this point, these guys are, like, 1-year type players, and we see really good 1-year type, well, maybe not Cosme, but Trent Brown is, Judon is. We see 1-year, old veterans that are good like that all the time. So if that's what we're trying to get, we should be able to easily fill that in free agency. And then Juju, I mean, he is our best wide receiver right now. So, I mean, if I can turn this into a 2-year 20, that is insane value. I mean, even if he ends up getting replaced, I don't care about that for backup money. That's all right. All right, if we win, we're guaranteed to be in, or if the Bills lose, and we are in. It was a bit of a close one, 10-7. I'm not really sure why we struggled so much after a Super Bowl win. I guess maybe the other teams got better while we just kind of didn't. We didn't get necessarily worse, but we definitely did not get better. But let's take a look at Merritt with a full Jacksonville Jaguars season. Under 4K yards, fair enough. 35 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Actually pretty damn good. Ramondre Stevenson, not as good as last year, but pretty good yards per carry anyways. Juju was solid. Wilkinson, what? Where is Donovan? Where is my boy Donovan? Lovelock with an amazing season. Could even be X Factor, especially with the touchdowns. Blocking was way better this year. Edge rush is not better. Oh, it is better. But Dave Jordan, not bad. David's looking beastly. Uche should go up in dev. Judon gets that contract because of that, like every time. I might even re-sign him again. Ryland was better, but still worrisome. Kick return, punt return game, nothing to show for, but okay, we're exceeding expectations here. Like, we are outplaying the roster talent. It's just the way it is. I don't know what else to tell you. Cole Strange gets best offensive lineman now. What is happening? Oh, that really sucks. That really sucks. Judon can't go any higher in Dev. Oh, that really sucks. That would be a situation where if I was playing, I would, maybe Judon needs to rest the last couple of games for the playoffs. I don't know. I'm just saying. But let's go in this one. 87 overall against the 87 overall Bengals. They're younger than us, but we have more veteran presence. All right, going to the end of the game. 0-0 still. Defense is really our strong suit. I don't really feel like that right now. 7-14, 7-21. The Bengals have come to play. But we're not done yet. 10-21. Defense is giving us a chance. Offense just got to score. Down by 8. And that's going to be it. 3rd and 15. You got to have the stop. And that is a great stop. That don't even look like a 61-yard field goal. It looks like way harder than that. And at the 7-yard line, tell me the clock is stopped. This is like insanity. I don't even know what you would run. Corner strike is actually not terrible. But it's Ramondre. This is kind of like all Juju. Honestly, you drag out the inside. This is like a Juju play. This is all Juju. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I might be pregnant. I'm late. Damn it. The linebacker was not in man coverage. They left the tight end to cover the slant with Juju, and I just went full Stevie. Can I see that back? I want to see what else was open. Yeah, the C route would have been open on both sides too. So the one guy that I said we're forcing it to, the slant, was the guy that they covered. Of course, the tight end would have been open if I threw it right away, but that's a tough read, dude. I should have seen the way the safety was playing. Nah, I can't say that, though, because the linebacker, if he does leave that right away, the tight end's wide open. I don't know. We sold either way. It's a long way of saying we sold. So Super Bowl into first round loss. Merritt was terrible. That only interception was because of me, but still, Merritt was really bad. There's no arguing that. Uche was really good. Uche's got to have a dev up. Jordan should probably have one, but Uche has to have one. He deserves it. Killed it this year. Same scheme and everything, because, even if it was only Judon every time, it was worth the sack total he had. So, we killed it with that defense, and I just kept playing it, and finally it's seeming to put up some really good numbers now for Sim. Super Bowl between the Panthers and the Raiders. Two new teams, which, I think we'd all appreciate. The Raiders win it all. Very fair enough. There you go. And for the dev ups, obviously Cole Strange goes up in dev. And then Shaquille Lovelock, the X-Factorious. My man's was a good pick. He was a good draft pick without a doubt. And then going to the defense, we do have the dev ups we thought we would. I wish Duggar would have gotten a dev up. Jabril might actually get replaced this season. I mean, he'll just stay as a backup. It's not like we're going to trade him or release him, but I think Preston should probably be the starter. They're so similar in overall already. Preston should be the starter, in my opinion, and Thomas has a higher upside than Okuda. Maybe I put Okuda in the slot instead. No matter what, anytime I have Jeff Okuda, he gets replaced some way or another, so might as well continue the ritual early. And then Duggar, surprisingly, is a very high overall, and he's now 30. Wish he would have got to dev up, but it is what it is. Can't control most of these things. The safeties really haven't been getting dev ups this Madden for me, which kind of sucks, but let's go to the resign and see who we have. Judon was on that list. He might even straight up retire, which would really hurt because he's been putting up numbers. We got the edge from this latest draft, but it's still like, he's not proven. He's obviously not going to have a great year one. But let's see. So 5th-year option for Christian Gonzalez. Because of the resign interest, I'm kind of debating it. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 5th-year option, and then Judon. Damn, dude. He's so good for us, but that is a significant drop-off. How much does he want? A 1 year, if I could do a 1 year 14, I'd do it just to have him as a backup. Man, why does Judon hate us? It's so annoying that he hates us, man. Like, why don't he want me, man? No, why don't he love me, man? I don't remember. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I apologize. I am actually disappointed in myself. Let's go to free agency for the final time. This rebuild is a super successful one. considering, this team's on the older side, like I said, and the biggest loss of age we have just seen is obviously, of course, the edge position. Garrett Wilson, oh my god, that's just not a guy you would expect to be a free agent, though. But Ronnie Stanley, we're just talking about how, there's late career veterans in lineman positions in free agency all the time, so we don't hate if we lose Trent Brown, and that's, what's happening right now as we speak. So we're going to do that. Brian Robinson, another kind of trucking back in case we lose our guy, but Garrett Wilson is so interesting, but he just, like I said, it's just not a realistic move. He's just not a guy that's going to be just available for free if he was an 89 overall, If he's a lower overall, we can argue it, but that high of an overall, I just don't think he can. Really just don't, but that's fine because our wide receivers are good enough to get the job done, especially since we're not even using Donovan Peoples-Jones anyways. Guard wouldn't hurt, but I don't think we should just spend the money because, we know it's the last season. I kind of want to keep it realistic still, whereas Ronnie Stanley is obviously realistic. We need a left tackle still, and he is a freak and a half. Super good rating, and that might be all we can do because, every other position is just not a position of need. Maybe like Nick Benito as an edge backup, or maybe if Judon's there and nobody wants him, maybe we try to get him still. Judon, nobody wants him. A 1 year 14 kind of shows us where that interest was as well. So it was probably very close. If we did a 1 year 16, he would have probably guaranteed the contract. And speaking of guaranteeing the contract, I'm going to put a little bit more money into Stanley's. He is not just your everyday tackle. He's a very good player. Is that going to put us on? It's already on 5. So please, Ronnie. Yes, and Judon goes back. We'll take it. We got lots of money still. The quarterback's still on his rookie deal, not even seeing the 5th-year option yet. So we're in a really good spot. Just honestly, if we're thinking about what we need to replace, it would just be future-proofing for when we're not here. It'd be looking at wide receiver kind of early. Not even kind of early, maybe just even the first round, which is far from kind of early. That's just early in general. Right tackle, maybe you replace right now. I don't know if we want to draft more linemen. Probably don't need to. Maybe a center for Connor because he's normal dev. Bentley went up in dev, and surprisingly enough, his overall really didn't drop that much. So good decision to re-sign him to that 1 year deal at least. And do we have anything else? We're kind of cooking now. Other than that, we're actually in a good spot. So wide receiver in the first round. If we see a generational, I might just throw the whole farm at it because wide receiver is just such a hard position to draft for me. Anytime I draft someone, even if they're decent, they just don't perform anyways. But if you get one of these, a Brian Carter, who's projected number 1 overall, maybe you're cooking. How fast is he? Oh my god, that's got to be generational. We just talked about it too. Holy crap, how many generationals is there? Stein might be generational. Randy Blue might be generational. What's that speed? There might be multiple generationals here. All right, so I would love to get that wide receiver, but I don't know if I'm going to get him because he honestly seems like a pick 1 overall type of guy right here, and I don't know if the Broncos need wide receiver, which it seems like they do. I think it's a GG for him. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's going to go number 1 overall to the Broncos, and we're going to be just screwed. All right, and he does. Okay, so there's no point in arguing that. Let's go to the next pick. I have another wide receiver that doesn't look even a fraction as good as him, but at this point, what can you do? There's other guys, like DeAndre Steele maybe later. He's going to be super raw, though. All of them look pretty raw, but this guy at least looks halfway decent. He's very athletic as well. I'm taking David DeLoach as my choice, and he is hidden. 97 speed, 96 excel. The speedsters work. All right, they work. I got to take a look at that wide receiver when we're done, though, because he was probably insane. And I'm debating on taking Doug Tulloch because, once again, another safety-type corner. Safety is one of the bigger needs going forward. I'm actually going to take him. Doug Tulloch is going to be my choice. He is also hidden. 94 speed, 93 excel. We have really killed it at corner in this draft. Well, this rebuild, really, is what I meant to say. We could trade up, but honestly, there's just not much we need. If there's somebody there, we'll take them. If they're not there, we won't take them. That's how that goes, all right? Looking at the players, Bacon is still there. He looks pretty good as a lineman. So, I mean, there's a DT. There's some... Ooh. Okay, so I said what I said, but I did not mean what I said. All right? I am going to be taking Bacon. I'm going to be bringing home the Bacon, and then I'm going to be trading up for that linebacker. Anthony Bacon, hidden development trade, looked amazing. And then all of those Bs on that linebacker, I think I might have to make a trade, which, you know, is a bit of a heft because we don't have anything to give them this year. So it's basically a guarantee next year, which we do have 2 third-round picks, in fairness. 3rd this, 4th next. Don't know why they would take this, but we're going to give it to them anyways. And they do, so we get a linebacker that we don't even really need because we have Givens, but all of those Bs can't be wrong, surely, right? He's like a jack of all trades. Unless it's a lie, then he's a... I don't know. He's something. 6'3", 21 years old, insane speed, Cliff Moon. Wow. Wow, what a decision there. Also, would have wanted a running back by now. Carrington was there, he looked all right, but not going to happen. I suppose there's a lot of running backs. Probably will find some in free agency as backups. But as far as like future long-term goes, doesn't seem like that's going to happen. As you can see, there's nothing going on here. I guess let's go Hobson. A zone coverage. I don't even know if he's any decentness. He's actually all right looking. He's hitting development trade. I'm not going to get excited over it. We already got all the linebackers in the world, and he's definitely going to be a low overall in fairness. But still, I mean, considering it was the 20th pick in the 7th round, what could you really ask for? Let's see what we landed, if anything decent. Ooh, that corner is cooking, though. 78 overall. He's a little bit taller, so I guess he would be our strong safety. Another insane high zone coverage corner converted to safety. I mean, we're crushing it with the corners. I mean, if all it took to win in the league was cornerbacks, we'd be in a great spot. Forgot to change into strong safety. We would be like the best team by a mile. Got to take a look at Deloach now, who will be the number 3 for this season, but probably a future number 1 or 2. Pretty good, you know, very good catching and deep route, and obviously insanely fast. What that dev do, though? Star as well. Really haven't hit the devs other than that quarterback for the most part. 88 looks all right, I suppose. And then the lineman, I don't really care too much. It's just what it is. Let's take a look at Moon, though, I guess, just to see how, you know, developable he is. Man coverage kind of sucks. Catching's okay. Jumping's kind of iffy. I mean, he's good, but he's definitely not worth the pick for us at this point. And then let's take a look at that wide receiver. 83 overall. Wow. Brian Carter, 97 speed at 6'3", with 99 jump, 93 spec, 88 catching. All the traits. Yeah, I think he's going to also have another trait, and that trait is going to be X Factor, which he is. Wow, they landed themselves a star. If he was there at 2, I would have traded up, but pick 1 overall, that would have costed us like literally everything. Here we are for the final season. We got a lot of superstars on the offensive line now. 3 of them. The other guys are not star or better, but they're the highest overalls, even though the other 2 would probably, you know, the replacement for these guys would probably go up higher if they were starting. But, you know what, actually Bacon will start because that +3 is kind of misleading. 77 overall versus a 73. You know, it is what it is. I don't know. I'm just saying things at this point. Deloach at the number 3 spot. We got a super speedy slot now, which is great. Linebackers, good enough, but Dalton is a bit of a drop-off. Judon's still there, though, for depth. DBs are probably the best in the league, even though Thomas, you know, the number 2 in general, hasn't really developed. Obviously, Thomas is finally getting to the number 2 spot. Interior is vastly improved, but it's still not the highest of overall. It's still a decent team, though, and we won a Super Bowl a season ago. Can we get... I almost went right in. Can we get the Dynasty? 103 mil. Marty Mapu had a really insane start to his career and then just kind of fell off for upgrades. But a 4-year, $40 million deal for a linebacker that's, you know, kind of a little average, kind of, isn't the worst. We could probably do better than Payne, but you know what? We're going to keep him for 1 more year just to, you know, why worry about that position? Duggar, he's 30, but safeties kind of last long this year. Stevenson's got to be replaced. He really just never progressed. Keon White never really even got a chance. Bentley's going to regress really hard, I think, but if he doesn't, maybe we give him a contract. $66 million left. I moved Booty to running back because he kind of has running back traits, and he's not the fastest, and, I mean, he's going to be gone anyways. Behringer, we're probably going to give a contract to. Ryland, we probably let go, and then Merritt, we do the tag of the 5th-year option. So, obviously, the money is starting to become a problem because we'll only have like 20 mil left after that 5th-year option, and that doesn't count if we're going to let Bentley go. We made the playoffs! 9-8. This team is such a sell, but we did make it. Barely. Ramondre Stevenson, obviously, we talked about replacing him already. Peoples-Jones, I don't know what I did to finally get him to start, but finally he started. O-line was actually really amazing, considering we've, once again, been on Jaguars since, mid-season 2. Edge wasn't great. Dalton wasn't a great, start. Honestly, I think because of his, lack of experience, I might just start Judon for the playoffs and just see if he has the last little bit of juice in him. Rookie of the Year goes to Deloach. He had a pretty good year. Was it Rookie of the Year worthy? I don't know, but I don't really care because we'll take it. And that is that. So we're going to start Judon and then go in for our last playoff run, which just so happens to start against the Chiefs. Yay! But both teams are 89 overall, so Rashee Rice has been literally a lock for God in Sim. For a rookie, he always wins a bunch of stuff for the Chiefs. All right, going to the end of the game. Can we beat the Chiefs 2 times in one rebuild? Probably not, right? 21-0. This is going to be a lackluster finish. Everyone just remember year 2, okay? That's all I asked for. Let's go out there if we have a chance on the stop, because I kind of want to just use the team. And you know what? I'm just saying, there's a little bit of a breath around here. What the hell is this? I did not like the Jaguars playbook. Give me the Patriots for actually playing as the team, all right? That's what I want. And there's nobody open. We're just going to have to throw that into the ground. They're a 26 pass-ranked defense, and they've given up only under 200 this game. It is the playoffs. The playoffs are a different breed, but that is still kind of crazy. What I will say, though, is I do like this left tackle. That's perfect coverage. That's literally perfect coverage. I don't know what else you want. Please? Oh, what a catch. The tight end keeping the season alive with a crazy one. In the zone now because of that as well. Oh, the tight end's wide open this time, though. It's going to stay in bounds. I mean, we're going to keep up with the same formation. At some point, Juju? No way. That is so underthrown. Why is that so low? We have it behind him, and it's just to the dirt. What is this? What is this throw? Do I have to touch past this? Why is this so low? I guess, to be fair, he does jump, really high up on there. Suppose the guy covers it perfectly. Juju's so slow. The worst part is the defense gets another stop, dude. If I didn't sell, we'd be cooking. Can I not quick throw this into Ramondre? Perfect coverage. Ramondre's got some speed, overthrown for the pick. Ooh, Stevenson almost caught it. Number 31's a god, apparently. Go with a screen pass. Stevenson looks cool in the game. I don't know. I just kind of like him. And he can't even... Bro, Merritt is not a generational quarterback. He plays like crap. Tight end's the only guy on this team that's good, and he's going to score. No, he's not. He is not that fast. Oh! Look at him go all the way to the 10. He's the only player on this team that doesn't suck ass. I guess we'll still go with the sweep. Well, the blocks are actually pretty good. Ramondre, who's not the fastest, gets to the edge to the 3. I'm going to let the AI try to score this. I'm afraid of throwing a pick, dude. Let the AI sell. Not me. From the 1, they got in. Can the defense make a stop now, though? 3rd and 3. They don't. Oh, they got the stop. No shot. The season's still alive. Bro, how is this even possible? 3 straight stops in a row? Please. The tight end's a big man. Good try. 50-50 ball. McDuffie somehow covering perfectly down the coverage on the streak. Sees it go to the tight end just magically. What a guy, dude. That guy's a talent. Ramondre on the screen actually gets it to him. I try to set it up crazy-like because I wanted more yards, and it actually kind of worked. I mean, at this point, we've already got the clock running. Just get that first down. Whatever it takes, you know. We'll call a timeout. It's fine. We'll see what we got. I mean, I think you have to take that. Did he just miss the throw? He's a generational quarterback, and he missed the layup to tie the game. What universe am I in right now? Didn't lead him or anything. Just floated it up there. And I don't know how he caught that. What a play. We're going to go back to the well. It's the only thing that's gotten us anything. Something tells me this time might not be the time. The tight end, who holds on to an insane one again. He's my hero. He's literally the GOAT. I kid you not. And because he's an X Factor, he's in the zone. What is his ability? Is it grab and smash? Some grab an ass or something. The tight end! He's him! Oh my! And they're like, screw OT, dude. What are we doing? I mean, like, the run is clearly the right call, right? Like, please tell me everyone agrees with this. It's so open. Please, O-line. Yes! Oh my god, we actually almost didn't get in for a sec. It was all worth it in the end. The tight end carried. It was misthrow, 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 tight end, misthrow, 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 tight end, and we're moving on to the divisional. Lovelock. We love him. Oh my. What a game. What a game. Unfreaking believable carry. Judon comes in for one playoff game, starting 3 sacks. Ryland misses a kick, which, I mean, played a little bit of a factor. Insane sell by the Chiefs leaves us facing our, like, mentor, the Jaguars, the playbook that we're using. All right, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have an X-Factor tight end themselves. Maybe this is the playbook for tight ends. I don't know. 14-0. Their defense is locking us up. I don't think this is going to be a comeback this time. This time it don't look so hot. Yeah, this time it don't look so hot. All of that for that. All of that freaking drama for nothing, dude. Wow, that really sucks. Merritt was okay, but yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate. Oh, was that the guy? The rookie Carrington. He's not starting anyways, but he's a pretty good player, it seems. Damn, son. Well, no shot. He's so bad. Okay, so we're done with the rebuild, but yeah, I'm releasing him. I've never seen a kicker worse than him. He missed 3 field goals. That's 9 points. Demoralization-wise, the morale of the team, it played a huge factor. I don't know if it actually mattered in the end. Like, he's in 99 kick power, 85 accuracy, and he sucks. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But let's go on to win the Super Bowl, see if we have any dev-ups, and call it a rebuild. Year 2 Super Bowl win, and then semi-lackluster after that. Not even semi, very lackluster after that. At least it ain't Rams level bad. Sorry, Rams fans, but you know, the 14 of you that exist are, you know, hopefully going to handle it well. The winner of the Super Bowl is Washington. 14-3 teams. That's kind of crazy. Who would have gotten a dev up anyways? No one on offense, right? Deloach would have actually, because he's the guy. Let's go with a deep threat just because. You know, it's already his highest anyways. See if we can get something crazy. But looking at him, 97 speed, 97 excel. Catching's okay. Deep rod's great. Definitely raw, but, you know, he'd be on his way to becoming the starter soon. And then looking at the defense, looks like Uche is a superstar X Factor, and then I think Preston might have went up in dev. His very first try. No, he was already superstar, was he? Wait, what? Was he superstar? Maybe he got a superstar dev throughout the season. Oh. Week 10 Defensive Player of the Week. I completely forgot that that even exists. But that's kind of cool. All right, fair enough. I didn't notice that. But Lovelock, the hero of this rebuild, you know, killed it in that game against the Chiefs, but it's all for nothing. I mean, that would have been like, you know, that's like one of those like Jimmy Butler playoff kind of runs, like just when someone unexpected just goes insane. You know, I remember everyone's like, it's prime Jordan in the playoffs. But, yeah, I can't believe that. Like, he just clutched up every single time. And none of them were guaranteed plays where, you know, you just, oh, because he burned. Some of those plays I just did not expect him to complete. Didn't quite get to a 99, but Merritt would have obviously been well on his way. With all the plus 1s and 2s, he technically is a damn 99. Cole Strange ended up becoming a superstar, but he's already 29, and he's only 82 overall. He's feasible, he's pretty balanced, but yeah, would have wanted a little more out of him. And then Onwenu is a freak, a 91 overall superstar, power block god, pass block finesse, and run block finesse. Not bad, to be fair. And then that was kind of it for the offense. Stevenson, there's no point in looking at because he's regressed. Bentley has regressed as well. Mapu, 27 years old. Like I said, killed it out the gate with the dev up, and he's not bad by any means, but I expected more of him. I really did. He was so good out the gate that I thought he was just going to end up becoming a goon. And it looks like Mr. Judon retired. We respect that man for everything he's done for us. Uche, the X Factor. Hope that happens in our freaking Bears franchise. We obviously traded for him. Looking at Duggar now, he kind of regressed, but he is still higher than when he started at least. 85 zone still. So he's actually still usable. So that 2-year deal really looking smart. We didn't check Preston's overall, did we? We just kind of looked at his dev. But 87 zone already. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Anyone else? None of these guys. Gonzalez, Christian Gonzalez, obviously killing in real life. Continue to kill it in here. Pretty young still, 91 man. Very fast. Press is solid. Zone is a little iffy, but once again, they always go for highest archetype. Thomas, I mean, these corners are just not developing. 87 man. He's good at man covers. He got good man corners. That's what you want for the Patriots anyways, but just in general, like, kind of lacking. Barmore, 84 overall, speaking of lacking, but he's a great run stopper. 90 block shed. That is very good. He's elite at what he does, and that's all that matters, regardless of overall. And then Deron Payne, 86 overall, 87 overall, actually. He doesn't even compare to Barmore. So, the overalls are a little misleading at times. And then Jordan should be in the 90s for pass rush. 97 finesse. That's crazy. That is crazy. And then we would have looked at Ryland. Well, I mean, we already did look at Ryland, but we would have kept Ryland, but he's terrible. Beringer, 99 kick power, 86 accuracy, so very good stuff there with Star Dev. Those kick power upgrades, man, they're ridiculous. Maybe if you follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, you would have seen the +3 I got in Bears franchise. That's kind of going forward, though. That's like a couple episodes ahead, which I haven't actually uploaded in a little bit. Maybe even be one tomorrow. 100% would be on Saturday, though. And that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your continued support on the channel. It does mean a ton to me. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. Maybe I'll do another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video if you guys are interested. I haven't really done much Starfield because, like I said, I'm a little overwhelmed by how much there is to do in the game, and I just haven't picked it up since because it's a game that you have to commit a lot of time to. In the first episode, it was like, people are somewhat interested, but it's not like crazy. So let me know what kind of games you'd like to see. Maybe I do try more Starfield, but as of right now, I don't necessarily plan on it. And yeah, tomorrow will be a video or two, and Saturday will be 3 videos. So be on the lookout. Let me know in the comment section below what team you'd like to see rebuilt next. And that is about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. Enjoy football tonight if you're watching. But until next video, see ya.